How's it going, everyone? My name is Lion, and welcome back to yours truly. So apparently the game has an update. I think we've got a whole new day which we can play, so I'm really excited about that. If you haven't watched the first episode of it, link to that is up there and also in the description alongside with the link to the game. Stop asking me where the links to the game are. It's always gonna be down there, unless of course I can't put it there. Anyway, let's get right into it, shall we? Day 2. One day later, morning came around. The sun shone directly at your eyes, that it was hard to ignore. When you open your eyes, you wake up to see that you no longer just had a thin blanket over you, but a thicker one. Somehow, something or someone decided to make your sleeping area more comfortable while you were asleep. Thank you, whoever you are. There was silence, but you could feel like the house seemed happy. You decided since you at least had the blanket around you, you carried it around while your body took its time to warm up. You got off the bed, grabbed your bag, and made your way downstairs. You decided to check the dining room to see the state of the dishes from yesterday, only to see they were no longer where you left them, but on a dish rack, drying. Someone washed them. Okay, what? You checked the bathroom to see if it was in a similar state. You took a bath yesterday, so it was only natural to see the bathroom tub had no water in it. But besides that, the towel you used wasn't there anymore, and it was as if no one used it. Even the candles were gone. Step away from the bathroom, you decided this was probably enough visiting and staying over at this house. You almost regretted not taking a picture or even a video of anything happened here. Your friends were just going to have to believe everything you said happened here. But you were still tired, really. It was barely morning. You had the day off. No much sleep was taken due to being in an unfamiliar environment. Rubbing your temple with your forefinger and middle finger, you walked to the main entrance, slinging the bag over your shoulder. You paused for a moment and turned back to the house. Thank you for not killing me while I was here. Blow a raspberry and wave. Bye. Thank you for not killing me while I was here. No response from the house. Guess it was mostly just active at night. That or it didn't hear you. Oh well. You open the door, getting blinded once again by the early morning's rays, causing you to squint. You walk out, yawn, and close the door. First order of business. You were going home, sleeping in your own bed this time, and figuring out what you're going to be doing for the rest of the day after this. This place was a ways away from your apartment, so you need to take a bus at least. You practically drag your feet as you made your way to the bus station and walk the rest of your way. You watch as the buildings pass. You were close to falling asleep again, but you used your phone to keep yourself awake with the battery you had left. Since you were already nearing your destination, you decided to make a quick stop to get your data back before making the rest of your way back home. Finally, you were back home. You made your way back into your room and immediately plopped down in your bed. Also, I can't help but notice the reference to restart hard right there. Is that restart hard or is that something else? I'm not sure. You groaned for a moment, after realizing your shoes were still on and you need the decency to take them off. You sat up, kicked off your shoes, and kicked them towards the side of your door. You laid back, properly this time, on your bed and turned yourself away from the window so you didn't have the face full of sunlight. You just laid down again. You weren't standing up to shut your blinds. Sighing in relief, you closed your eyes and took a nap. By the time you woke up, the sun wasn't anymore as bright as your face was earlier. It was high noon at best, and you were better rested now. You fell asleep with your bag beside you, so it was easy to reach your phone and check if you had any missed messages. There were a load of messages in your group chat about Colin and Rose, most of them being from the latter. You were mostly thankful that you had your phone on silence after getting data back, or you would have woken up from the insistent ringtone. Hey! Hey! Boo Boo, are you still there? Hello? Rose, cut it out. Lion's probably still asleep. It's their day off anyway. Yeah, but no updates on the haunted house thing? You don't actually think it's haunted, right? No, but still. You continued reading the banter that went on between the two. Decided to skip the whole conversation. You wrote a message. Geez, you two never cease to amaze me. Hey guys, I'm still a little tired and in a mood. Don't get me started. What's going on? You two never cease to amaze me. There you are. Come on. Tell us all about it. Not right now. I literally just woke up from a nap. You really stayed the whole night there. I'm impressed. Seriously? You really doubted me? I didn't say that. Well, it sounded like it, you butt. You two are free right now, right? Let's meet at Cafe Jules. Yeah, so you blowing up both our phones was unnecessary. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. Yawning yourself awake and rubbing the accumulated crust from your eyes. You stood up and wore different clothes this time. Putting on the same clothes you wore the whole day yesterday wasn't exactly hygienic. You tossed those clothes in the laundry basket and brought your phone and wallet with you. With the help of muscle memory, you start walking towards Cafe Jules while on the phone with your friends. The inside is full. Find us outside. You stop walking once you got near and start to look around for your friends. Yeah, there they are. Colin's hat, alongside Rose's pink hair, separated them pretty easily from the crowd of people. And once you spotted them, you waved half-heartedly and walked towards them. Hi, Boo-Boo. Hey, Ghostbuster. Roll your eyes. Hey, Colin, in the flesh. Don't get me started. In the flesh. Colin chuckled and leaned closer to the table, drink in hand. Sounds like you had a lot to say. So, spill the beans. What's going on? Well, for starters, you guys suck for making the dare in the first place. The house is actually probably haunted. There was definitely something in there. There wasn't anything there. The house is actually probably haunted. And next time we play something and I win, they'll definitely dare you to go in there. Colin raised an amused eyebrow while Rose's mouth hung open a little. She was quick to recover and sheepishly laugh. Ah, Lion, don't say that! Just looking at the house enough to make my stomach drop. Rose was not one to take horror things, any horror thing, well at all. Yeah, exactly. Isn't it the perfect place? No, wait. The second you leave me alone, I'm darting back. Yeah! Well, Rose's focus was on you. Colin decided it was a perfect opportunity to stand up from his chair, somehow unnoticed, and grab both her sides suddenly. Her scream made the cafe outside silent for a moment, and attention was drawn to your table. Color flitted from her face slowly before turning to Colin as they sat down. But I hate you! I hate you! She repeatedly punched him on the shoulder as he tried concealing his laughter while taking another few big sips of his drink. I'm not paying for your drink anymore. Hey now, that doesn't quite equate. Rose's face remained flushed as she turned away from Colin, pouting. Now his attention was on you for now. So you saw something, huh? Well, I wouldn't say I saw something, but the house was definitely more alive than I expected. Then it occurred to you. Hold on, it wasn't either of you, right? Why would it be us? You literally saw us drive off. I know, you could have circled the neighborhood and walked on foot. Boo-boo, I was in heels. I could have been heard a mile away, click-clacking. Plus that house is creepy, and at night? Nuh-uh, not ending up in some true crime story on TV. In short, Rose would have screwed up the plan if there was one. Exactly. Hey! Rose glared at Colin momentarily before looking at you this time, a little concerned now. So, does that mean the rumors were true? What rumors? I mean, the house is like really old. Anyone could have died there before the house was built. What I'm saying is that there was a little article about the house that I read. And you didn't think to share it with me beforehand? And then, you dummy, you were at work. And what have I told you about non-work related things being discussed while I was working? Don't bother you unless it's actually an emergency. Rose slumped down back on her seat and took a sip of her bubble tea. From sipping, she perked up, just remembering. Oh, Lion, want anything? I'll pay you since you did survive the night in that creepy house. Haha. You rolled your eyes. Hey Colin, what's the most expensive drink on the menu? Don't worry, I'll pay for my own just fine. Water's fine. I don't want anything. I'll pay for my own. You sure, boo-boo? I don't mind. No, really, I got it. Rose looked at you a little guiltily. Relax, I'm not mad at you or anything. I just don't want you to spend anything on me. It's fine, really. Rose was like that. Needed double the reassurance for a lot of things, especially when they deal with emotions. Okay then. If Lion was really upset at you, they would have come here. Don't scare me. Colin laughed at that. You spent the rest of the early afternoon hanging out with your two best friends until Colin had to go back to work, and Rose had to go back home since she was only here for a quick visit. You went into detail about what else happened. You didn't explain any further what else happened. I went into detail. It was definitely not something you would have expected. Even they were both as confused as to whatever entity in the house was trying to do. Be a host, scare you with kindness, whatever it was, you want to know more about it. You were already there at the cafe, even if you were just at your own table. You could take the time now to research a little more about it. You pulled out your phone and searched up Haunted House in Old Valador. There were very few websites about what happened in Old Valador. You linked the first link and saw that it was filed from an old newspaper, which dated back in 1950s. Was that how old the house was? Reading through, the house was actually built way before that, but the first registered death was what was written in the newspaper. It was only a small segment since it was an old guy who passed on. Looking at the other sides proved nothing more than more people dying in the house. It's not like you actually saw someone in the house, so any of those people could have been the one who was inhabiting the abandoned lot. More recent sites, albeit as scarce as the house origins, were small blogs of people talking about strange occurrences in the house. All this information was pretty useless in the long run. Keep reading. After some time of digging, you find a small post of someone from years back. It would have passed your eyes had it not been specifically about the address you were in. I went to the old house in Old Valador. Lots of old folk died there, if I recall. You know what they say about old houses like that? Went in, nothing happened the first few hours, but I heard noises in the bathroom and checked. There was bath drawn. As you read on, you pretty much saw a summarized version similar to what you went through. Only this person didn't bother sleeping over. You probably had enough research for today. You sighed as you turned your phone off. There were less people around and the sun was pretty close to setting. Maybe it was time to call it a day. You stood up and stretched, and once more, you made your way to the bus station. You watched as the buildings passed by. There was still time before the sun set completely. It wouldn't hurt to pay another visit to the house, right? Wait, why in the first place were you doing this? Why not? You were even more curious. Seriously, why were you doing this? Why not? Why shouldn't I go back into the haunted house where I could or could not go into, like, mortal danger? Why not? It's an abandoned place. You weren't trespassing. You had time. What other reason is there? It's not like you were doing anything wrong anyway. Voice of reasoning aside, you stood up to exit the bus and walked back to the house. Standing in front of the porch again, you did feel a little more control of the situation. Then again, you had a choice before too. Now you just didn't have the weight of a dare on your shoulders. You opened the door and stepped in. Thanks to the light that was still available from the sun, you could see better without the help of your phone. Each of the downstairs was left how you saw them. The dishes on the dish rack were already dry. Of course, no one was gonna keep them. Why would there be? But considering events of yesterday, you kinda expected there to be. Maybe the ghost only worked at night. Ghost. Did you finalize that there really was a ghost here? Were you listening to the articles that were written? Hello? Your voice made the smallest echo reverberate throughout the empty house. I know someone's there or something here. Show yourself now. If you don't come out, I'll leave. I know there's someone here or something here. There was silence. No one responded. You could feel that something was expecting something more. You sighed. So childish. Please, I won't run away. More silence. Now you're feeling silly again. Maybe you were just wasting your time. You turned around to walk towards the door until you heard, hello. A soft, gentle voice could faintly be heard behind you. You whip your head around to see who spoke. Why is the ghost cute? Why are every ghost that I've encountered throughout my journey as a YouTuber just so happen to be cute and or sexy? Good. And this guy definitely fits the cute category. Your heart almost leaped out of your chest at a figure that wasn't there a minute ago. Standing there was a really pale man. He looked a little goofy, ugly, handsome, creepier than you expected. Handsome! Whether you thought at the spur of the moment or not, your staring resulted in him just staring back at you. He was waiting to see what you were gonna do next. Hey there, I knew something was here. Blank, you're different. I knew. Hey there. Hello. He literally just repeated what you said. At this point, you two might just end up having the same conversation forever. Sensing the growing tension, that's when he opened his mouth again. I was thrilled to see that you used the preparations I set up yesterday. Realizing how that may have come off, he was quick to follow up. I promise, I didn't peek when handling in the towel. Don't worry about it, I guess. It hit you. This man was here all alone in this house, so you did trespass on the property. What's more, he welcomed a stranger to his house in the middle of the night. Wait, hold on. Why did you do these things? It's your house, right? You didn't just do that to strangers. What if I was gonna rob you or something, or I was here to harm you? His thought process was very strange for him to do this. Either he had a big heart or he had a big empty brain. Nah, there's no possible way someone could have harmed me here. How could you be so sure of that? Leaving your house unlocked? You're the only one living here, or at least I assume you're the only one living here. I'm sorry, I should go. Please don't call the cops. You were gonna turn again and leave, but he called out to you. No, please, wait! You stop yourself, but you are close enough to turning around as is. This neighborhood is quite peaceful. I had no qualm staying here with the time I had. Besides that point, I'm already dead. He paused. He's what? As if seeing your bewilderment, he stepped closer to where the sun hit. His body looked solid enough. However, if you look closely where the sun hit, you can see the translucence of his shoulder. You were tempted to reach out to test the ability of your eyes, but the ghost is clearing his throat, snapped you away from your curiosity. Holy! You are dead! You're a ghost! I have been for some time now. I was hoping you'd return, seeing as you took your time, curiously checking around, and didn't run out the door at my advances. Pardon me if they were unsettling to experience. That was fine. You could have said hi at least. It was creepy at the start, but it became more comfortable. You could have said hi! Ah well, I didn't want to scare you accidentally. I appreciate your means to introduce yourself. Lion, right? Yeah, that's right. Oh, where are my manners? You've already told me your name, yet I failed to tell mine. My name is Ansel. Ansel Hahn. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. He sounded so formal. Was he a host or a butler when he was alive? It felt a little foreign since your two close friends were anything but formal. Save for Colin, when they were in work mode. I take it that my speaking mannerism is what's quirking your brow? Oops, he noticed. Apologies. I've written in my spare time when I was alive, and I had much time now to read and reread all the books available on the shelves. Ah, it's fine. I don't really mind how you speak. It's just not what I'm used to. That's a relief then. Ansel looked past you and out the window. Well, there's still time before the sun's gone. You could maybe stay a while if you like. Look around more if you want. I could tour you around places you probably missed. You thought for a moment. It wasn't like you had anything planned anymore besides going home. Might as well take the time now to learn more about a haunted house to spend the night in, and hopefully spend more time with Ansel Hand. Lead the way, ghost boy. Ansel let out a closed-mouthed chuckle before walking. You couldn't hear his footsteps despite seeing his shoes making clear contact with the floor. You followed along, looking around as he started to speak. I could enlighten you a little bit about this place. Frankly, there isn't much that happened, in case you're wondering. Any specifics you'd want to know about? How old are you? What's with the heart suit? How did you die? Do you have any frequent visitors? What's with the heart suit? Ansel almost abruptly turned around to face you. If you were any closer, you might have accidentally bumped noses. He took a necessary yet awkward step back before he spoke up. Well, hold on. Before any assumptions are made, I'd like to clear the air and say that I don't dress up like this on a regular. It's just, circumstances. Sure. Lion, do believe me. I can assure you that if I had the options to change clothes, I would, but unfortunately, I'm stuck with this attire for as long as I'm around. Fortunately, it does make me look quite dashing, doesn't it? You look ridiculous, you do look good, it matches your bow, you look okay, you look ridiculous, deadpan! You do look good, it matches your bow. My bow? Ah, right, thank you. Ansel rushes his response before turning around and continuing walking. As nice as it was to be told he looked okay, somehow he didn't look as happy as you would have expected him to respond. How old are you? At present, I can't say I'm sure. Time is quite irrelevant if every day is the same, with few exceptions. If you're pertaining to age, I was 25. You raised an eyebrow. How long ago was that? How old are you this year then? I'm afraid there isn't a calendar here. I can't answer that. Here. You showed him your phone that displays today's date. Oh my, it will make me quite old today. I will be 50 at the moment. You look quite good for someone in their 50s, just my type. Careful, Grandpa, you might pull something while you're walking. You are very old. Just my type. Ansel almost managed to trip on air at your comments. Thank you. His failed attempt at sounding collected was cute. How did you die? That's... Ansel slowed his walking pace, almost as if he was going to stop. He seemed hesitant to talk about it. Promise not to laugh? Yeah, go on. Stairs. Sorry, what was that? I fell down the stairs. I'm sorry, that must have been an unfortunate passing. Thank you for your concern, Lion. It's appreciated, truly. Ansel's voice seemed to waver a little, but there was a smile to his tone, indicating he seemed to be alright anyways. Do you have frequent visitors? Well, in the past 25 years, there were visitors that came and went. Naturally, a good majority will be thrill seekers after rumors spread about this house being haunted by a bunch of dead old folks. Well, are there? I can assure you that I'm the only non-living, and I suppose to an extent living being that resides in this house. There are no elderly ghosts. Continuing, other visitors would sometimes be unpleasant. Graffiti artists and some who decide to use this house as a rage room, as I'm told. Told by who? I'll get to that. A few other visitors are similar to you. Ones who visit, stay the night, and leave. Ansel glanced back at you. Actually, enlighten me. What brought you here? Was it by your own volition, or was this a dare? Bingo. Well, it started as a dare. It was yesterday night. Today was my own. I read up a little more about it and wanted to pay a visit. It felt worth the time. The house felt a little too alive to pass off as a simple "the ambiance is creepy." Ansel giggled. Despite him being somewhat apologetic earlier, he clearly seemed a little pleasant that he was able to make his presence known without you having to actually see him and managing to sleep through the night without chickening out. Now that he was a bit more comfortable talking to you. Right. To answer your question, as of recently, I have a friend who comes over every now and then to say hi. Well, at least you have company. Yes, it's pleasant. He doesn't talk much, but you can tell he listens. He nodded along as he spoke about his one consistent friend of his. Maybe you could also make it a point to visit Ansel, so that he wasn't so lonely when his friend wasn't around. I'll keep quiet. Considering you were already here before, Ansel didn't spend much time explaining about each room. The garden just outside the kitchen dining room wasn't visited since, to his words. The plants looked better when the sun was higher up. Upstairs, he showed one empty room, a second bathroom, and a guest room. He missed talking about one room until asked about it, to which he vaguely described to be a master's bedroom, and that remained locked at all times. A little odd that out of all the rooms in the entire house, that was the only locked room. He guessed it was his, and he had something embarrassing behind that door. Is it his corpse? The sun had set at this point, and it was probably a good time to leave. It was nice getting to know you more, Lion. Likewise, Ghost. I'm sorry, Ansel. Would it be a little hopeful for me to expect to see you soon? Yeah, I'm definitely coming back. I can't guarantee I'm gonna be available all the time since I'm busy with work. That's no problem. I understand people's lives are busy. If you do come back, tell me all about what's been happening outside. I'll eagerly await your return. I'll keep you posted then. You check to see if you left anything behind before you make your way to the door. Ansel followed you, but stopped just by the entrance. That's as far as I can physically go. Or at least, that's as far as you'll see me. It's the same with the garden at the back. Oh, right. Can I hug you goodbye at least? Stick out your hand for a handshake, suddenly hug him goodbye, wave at him. I'm gonna ask for consent. Ansel's eyes widened at your request, but his expression softened and he slowly lifted his hand towards you welcomingly. Sure, as tight as you'd like. You stepped forward and wrapped your arms around him. In turn, he loosely wrapped his arms around you. It was cold, as you expected. He felt more solid than you thought he would be. As if to answer your unasked question, Ansel spoke up again as he let you go. Solidation took a while to learn about, but learning about it was exhilarating and helped me cope with not being alive anymore. You have to tell me more about your magic next time. I wouldn't call it magic, dear Jewel. Dear Jewel, huh? Sorry, that slipped out. No, don't worry about it. I don't mind. Little friend nickname, right? Buddy, old pal. Friendly, huh? Right? Right, that's what it is. Well, Ghost Boy's yours. Ansel just rolled his eyes as you laughed. You were half joking, half serious in calling it that. Good possibility that your repetition could end up being a habit. Oh, well, it didn't sound bad. Bye, Ansel. You gave one more goodbye for good measure. You faced forward as the door closed. That was a surreal visit. You probably felt a little smarter, maybe even extremely thrilled. You still had to wrap around the fact you just encountered a ghost. A ghost! You literally had contact with the supernatural. You needed a moment to calm down. There was so much you had to tell your friends later. You took the long way to the bus station to give your head more time to cool and collect everything together. Anyway, that's yours truly. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to play this game for yourself, link to the game will be in the description below. We will be back with a day 3 of this once it's been released. But until then, hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to subscribe. And anyway, I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.